session, I will explain you about the objective of the program, about myself, and how we are going to progress this program, as well as I'll give you some uh, critical information about 104, 500, and 700 program as well. And then on top, I'll demonstrate with a few small topics as well, so that you get a very fair idea how we progress. And this will be a very interactive session right now. And going forward in the class as well, it will be a very interactive session. So interactive means definitely I'm going to ask you a few things. You need to unmute yourself and you can ask or answer those things. And if in case you have some query or any question also in between, I will take Q&A also at last. And in between also you can unmute yourself. So please confirm the voice is clear and screen is visible. Everything is fine.
Yeah, all things are fine.
Okay, good. Thank you. So I'll start with so I have just 18 slides, few technical, few information slides. So now, so first of all, as you know, we are doing this program from last some years now, and and why we call this master program, because we are covering 104, 500, and 700, all the three critical information, and three certification tracks as well. So if you have an idea about Azure, so you know we have AZ-900 as a fundamental, which is just a basic, nothing. So we are starting with 104, which is in short admin track, and then complete with the 500 will be a security track, and 700 will be the core network track. So I will cover the core critical information about these three tracks in upcoming slides. And overall in this program, as I said, information I'm covering, benefits of these tracks, plus I'm covering three critical topics on Azure. One is what is virtual network, what is Jumpbox, and what is the Bastion host. Three core concept on the network side I'm covering in this information session. So before that, myself, Vikas Kumar, and my last name is Kumar. When I teach US guys, most of the time, Kumar is an easy name to speak. And I have 21 years of experience into Microsoft and security domain overall. I worked with 9 years Accenture senior manager role. I worked with Microsoft. I worked with IBM Europe couple of years, HCL couple of years. So these are 4 companies where I worked, along with few small companies in this 21 years. And I started with Active Directory and Exchange and server security admin, and slowly moving towards uh, cloud side. Whenever cloud launch, I done my first Azure exam in 2014, almost 12 years now in Azure, and overall done 35 exam in Microsoft. First Microsoft exam was Windows XP in 2006 or 7 nearby. So I'm certified trainer from last 2007, it means 17, 18 years. So I teach global customers in India, and 90% I am covering US and UK time zone for this corporate trainings. With NW Kings, I am doing all weekdays and weekend batches last many years. And that's why we are here. And yeah, that's all from my, and I'm certified on this AZ-104, 500, 700, Intune expert, cloud security expert overall, Active Directory expert as well. So that's my introduction. So, so now first is why 104 is important. What are the prerequisites? That's a common question comes to me. So I remember I train 1 year experience to 30 years experienced people also in the cloud. So it means anybody who is in any IT domain, maybe a storage admin, maybe a security admin, maybe a network admin, maybe a firewall admin, or anything, definitely these things are moving towards cloud. So whenever you go for any interview or anywhere in the world or any promotion or maybe skill enhancement, there are many reasons. Uh, uh, Definitely people are going to ask you cloud. In cloud, we have three things overall: GCP, AWS is number one, AWS is number one, Azure is number two, and Google Cloud is number three. So, and here we are doing this Azure. So 104 is the very important track, admin track. And what are the prerequisites? So, so if I'm a fresher, can I do this? No, this is not a fresher course. So anyone who is having a IT experience, I would say minimum 2-3 years at least in IT, they can go for this 104 as a start because because we are covering entire 104 virtual machine management, network, storage, backup. So it's a complete admin track is there. So prerequisite would be minimum 2-3 years of experience at least, and basic knowledge or some knowledge on the IT at least on infrastructure or security or network. Some experience should be required. And rest I will cover everything from start from zero. So in that, we are starting with what is cloud benefits, what is Azure, what is Azure architecture, those fundamental first few hours. And then after that, uh, we'll start with identity, Enter ID, governance, compliance, security, Azure administration, how you manage Azure, portal, PowerShell, virtual networking completely, VPN connectivity stuff, storage, virtual machine management, web apps, backups, monitoring. So that will be the overall flow we are doing, uh, which is in line with the certification track of AZ-104. So exam perspective, if anybody is going for the global certification exam, so these content is totally in line with Microsoft certification track. I myself Microsoft certified trainer, so I'm covering everything with the certification track itself. So, so if you see this screenshot very carefully, identity, storage, compute, virtual machine, virtual networking, and backup. So they divide this exam objective into 5 components, and each component they have some percentage of the exam questions. Roughly, you can say 20 to 25%. So during this, in this particular buckets, in this bucket, they are going to ask you questions, and definitely during the course, I will tell you how many questions, how to prepare everything. Benefits. So why 104 is very important? Because as I said, this is a core admin track. If you are going for any next level specialization certification track, maybe a architect track, 305, security track, 500, network track, or so this is very important, 104. And as well as any interview when you go, they will not ask you a security question immediately. First core, they ask you the admin track. And that's why it's become very important. Career enhancement, career movement, performance, appraisals, knowledge enhancement. So this will be a core important before you go to any other specialization track like security. So So I put it in the slide very specifically: career enhancement, increase earn potentials, and security governance, specialization, and all what you call uh, practical scenarios we are covering into this. Once it is done, then will go with the 500, and 500 is your security track. And in this particular program, we will talk only security related scenarios. So example, somebody say I have a virtual machine. So what is a virtual machine security? We need to put it. I want to increase the security posture in the cloud. So all those security things will be covering in this 500 track. So once you've done the 104 and then we go with the 500, it will be more easy for you to understand those security uh, understanding. And as per Microsoft, we have 4 buckets for the exam. One is identity and security, platform security, operations, and data and application. And each each component they ask you 25% average number of questions. So example, if you have 100 exams or 100 questions, so roughly 25% on each bucket. So in identity is identity security things they will ask you: hybrid, privilege identity management, all those things. And in platform is firewall, NSGs, DDoS, network security, storage security. Those things they will ask you in the second bucket. In the third bucket, monitor, sentinel, alerts, incidents, and in number 4, data encryption, key vault, all those things they will ask you. SQL security, those things is in number 4 bucket. So I just mentioned the flow here, privilege, hybrid, all those things, and then network security, container security, key vaults, and then Sentinel, security center monitors. Uh, um, Objectives and benefits. So objective or benefit is anyone who is going for specialization track, because we have lots of attendees who's saying I am 10 years experience into the network security. I want to move into the cloud security. Definitely 500 is very important for them. If you want to go for cloud security things, analyst, security assessment jobs, and so those things is very correlated to security. So definitely benefit is based on your security profiles, and it's very valuable in a global market, AZ-500. After that, 700, and 700 will just completely talk about network things in the cloud. So, so, so prerequisites. Logically, there's no prerequisite for this because we are covering from 104, then 500, then 700. So you are very in line with this knowledge perspective, because you are already coming from a gaining knowledge from 104, then 500, and then 700. But if somebody joined directly 700, definitely you should have 3 to 5 years of network experience, including VPN, hybrid, DNS, firewalls, those network concepts you should know. And AZ-700 is totally in line with the network jobs. So somebody say, recently I remember I have a class with CCNP guys, 20 years experience in the Cisco network NOC team, and they want to do it something in the Azure for the networks. So this particular certification track is totally in line for the network related things and network jobs. And benefits, as I said, load balancing, secure network connectivity, VPNs, load balancing, WAF, web application firewalls, all related to networks. It's a career job path for the network guys. hybrid scenarios. And this is one of the specialization track called 700. So these are the core benefits for 700. Yes, guys, are you clear so far? Please put a thumb or say yes. One
Yeah,
or two guys at least. Yes? Yeah, I can see some thumbs. So now I'll take three important topics here as an idea. So first is virtual network. What is virtual network? And normally during the class, I use this whiteboard. So virtual network is a core component in the Azure as a networking. If you want to assign IP address for your virtual machines, you need virtual network. If you need a hybrid connectivity from on-premises network to Azure, means VPN stuff. In that case, also VPN always communicate with this virtual network. So overall, virtual network is very critical in every stage of Azure. So what is the architecture of virtual network? So you need to define one virtual network component. Oops, 1 second. No, 1 second. So VNet, you define your VNet, virtual network. Virtual network always defined with the region specific. Region specific means, example, East US. When you define this VNet, region specific, you need to define some address space, example 10.0.0.0.16. 16 means class B. Class B, how many IPs roughly? Roughly 65,000, right? Yes. Class A, class B, class C. So overall, that much number of IP, roughly 65,500 something in this range. So this is your overall range of your VNet. So this 16 can be /24. /24, how many IPs? Anyone? Put it on the chat.
1024, I think.
No, 254 something.
Yeah, 254, sorry. Yeah.
So it depends. So how much slash you need. This slash define overall range. So that's where you create a VNet. Inside this VNet, you logically divide small subnets. Yes, Akash, what's your question?
We cannot go down before 16 or it's
No, we can do /8 also. /8
okay.
means 16 million something,
Yeah,
16 lakh. So this slash we will discuss during the class, depend upon how many overall. This is just an example. So 65,000 IPs is more than enough for us. And
yeah.
then logically divide subnets. So first subnet is subnet 1, jump. I will tell you what do you mean by jump. Subnet 2 is my web subnet, web application. And subnet 3 is my a DB database subnet. And subnet 1, all this subnet should be a part of the VNet under this part of the range, within the range. So my first subnet range is 10,000. So 00, next one is 10, and next one is 20. And again this slash, how many IPs in the subnet? So that will be the multiple subnets part of the VNet. And then if I deploy one VM, in each subnet, VM1, VM2, VM3. So this VM will take IP from the subnet. First three IPs are reserved in Azure. If first three IPs are reserved, so the first valid IP for the VM is 10.0.0.4 as per the subnet. So what is the first valid IP of the subnet 2? Anyone?
1.4.
Yes, 1.4 because as per the subnet. And then it will be 2.4. And by default, all these subnets are the part of the VNet. So they have, by default, they communicate with each other. So these subnets can talk each other because all are part of same VNet. So that's called your, what is VNet, how it works. What is jump? Jump subnet. So this is a security concept. I'll drag it on the left side. So whenever you deploy a virtual machine, default, I'm talking about, in Azure, without doing any extra thing, whatever the default, you got two IPs. One is a red IP and one is a green IP. Red IP means public IP and green IP means private IP, more secure. Public IP means over internet. And there's a one big there's a one important concept in cloud in the cloud security. All the prod VMs should not have a red IP. It should have only private IP. All my prod VMs, production VMs. Any guess why we should not have a public IP?
Yeah, because it's highly risky, right? And anyone from the outside can communicate with the VM and do a vulnerability pen testing or kind of a attack or anything, right?
So they can do attack on the red IP. That's the reason red IP should not be there. So if red IP should not be there, and as I said, by default, whenever you do something in Azure, by default, you will get two IPs. I'll show you when I demonstrate red and green both by default. So as a best practice, you should not have a red. We already discussed why. Okay, no problem. So I'm sitting somewhere in my office, and if I want to connect to the VM, and we don't have a red IP, so we have to connect only from to the green IP. Definitely we don't have a red, so we can connect only from the private IP. In that case, there's a concept called, so during this course, I will give you a OneDrive access and WKing. So you have 104 lab access, all the labs. You have some keynotes, day-wise keynotes. Same way you have 500, 700. And then diagrams. So there's a concept called connect Azure VM securely. And what is connect Azure VM securely? Says cloud solutions and hybrid solutions. What is hybrid solution? Say VPN. I'm sitting in my office on-prem. This is in the cloud. This is my VNet. I built my router in the Azure. This is my on-prem Cisco router. And you do some kind of VPN connectivity. So I'm sitting in my office. So this VPN, we can connect to the cloud, like a hybrid solution on-prem and Azure. And there are some solutions we have called cloud solutions. Cloud means which works only in Azure. In that, there are two solutions which we are covering today. One is a jump and one is a bastion host. What is jump? What is the best practice I told you 5 minutes before? That you should not have a public IP on the prod VMs. So if there is a no public IP in the prod VMs, then what do you mean by jump? So let's see. So in the jump, you see, green means only private IP, red means public IP. So I put it a separate subnet, red machine, public IP, and all my prod machines are in different subnets. And all my prod machines have only green. There's no public IP. So what is the benefit? People cannot do attack. And I'm an admin. I connect to the public IP first, which is a non-prod machine. And from there, I do RDP into RDP. Make sense, guys? Directly, I'm not connecting. So I land into my jump machine first, which is my red machine, which is my non-prod machine, which is in different subnet. And from there, I do RDP into RDP. Yes, make sense?
Yeah.
Benefit, all my prod machines are safe. How to safeguard your jump machine, that also I will cover later on, not now, because that's a common question people ask me. Because everything is good, what about that red machine? People cannot do attack on the red, So those things also I'll cover later on. Next solution is in the cloud is Bastion solution. What is a Bastion solution? Concept is still same. One second. Concept is still same. That all my prod VMs, we have only green IP. All my prod VMs. Then how we can connect securely. So you deploy a subnet, A caps, B caps, S caps /26, a dedicated subnet called Azure Bastion subnet, and deploy a service. This service got one public IP. Microsoft will give it. You are admin. You log into the Azure portal and kickstart the TLS session 443 port number. And with the help of this Bastion service, it redirect to the port number 338922. So what happened? The HTTPS // BST Bastion host, the web session of the machine. It's not a RDP. It's a HTTPS session. Web console, web session will be available to the admin. And good news, there's a no public IP here. So there's a no public IP, so we are not exposing anything. With the help of this secure service, it used RDP 3389 private port, private IP, and web console will be available to the admins. And this Bastion host integrate with the VNet. So any VM belongs to the VNet. Same Bastion host is capable to connect to all the VMs. The only condition is all the VMs should belongs to a specific same VNet. Yes, everyone, make sense?
Yeah.
So if it is too much technical, it's okay, no problem. Because it's a three important topic I'm just covered, Yes, Akash, what's your question?
So kind of we are hosting a web service, right? It's a Azure Bastion, right?
It's not a web service, it's a service in the cloud which help us to connect to all the prod VMs. Connect means like RDP. It's a kind of RDP, but it's a web console. And the good news is without exposing to the public IP. As I said, all the prod VMs does not have any public IP.
It's a W365 machine kind of.
So it's in AWS. You're talking about AWS comparison?
W3 actually in corporate infra we are using this VDI and the 365 machines. So it's the same thing or
No,
it's
no, it's a
different?
little different.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a different. So let me demonstrate now whatever the three things I explain you. So I go to my virtual network. So I'm into my resource group, UK South, my VNet. So 10,000, 16. 16 means 65,000 something. /8, I told you. /8, 16 million something. /24. So you decide how much you need. So I'm doing /16. Default subnet, delete. So I'm creating my own subnets. And remember, three subnets I am creating. Subnet 01, my jump. Jump means my red IP machines. But in prod, I don't have any public IP. So one is a jump. Second subnet is my subnet 2 is my prod. So you see first subnet 000. Second subnet is 10. Two subnets. And the third subnet is my bastion host. You see A caps, B caps, S caps /26 bastion subnets. So three subnet I'm deploying. So during the course, you will get this OneDrive access, as I said, where you have all the diagrams, all the labs, and you will get a course schedule. So example right now, you see completed, running and running. So two batches running right now for me. One is, yes, Akash, what's your question?
Yeah, that was regarding that subnet part. So it's a
Hmm,
kind of root summarization or somehow this is like because we
hmm,
have created a larger chunk, right? /16
hmm,
and we have done /25 divided into three part, right? Ideally in other infra, right, what we used to do, used to do routing or something, right? So
hmm,
in Azure, what is the concept like how they can directly communicate with each other? Means it's
hmm.
something already a predefined routing at the
Ha,
back.
ha, ha, okay. So now your question is very technical, very important. I'll answer it, but other people maybe don't like this question because it's a too technical as a day one, logically. So what they do, they have a two concepts, in the route, we called as SR, system routes, and one is called user-defined route, means we define some routes. So by default, one system route is already there, which says all the subnet part of the same VNet, there is a communication route by default.
Okay.
Yeah. So I will take your all the questions also. So now jump box I explain, Bastion host I already explained. So now my VNet is ready. Let's build two VMs. First VM, which is my jump. Jump means with public IP. So I'm not doing any technical change in the configuration. You see, jump, say Windows 10 machine, Windows 10. Windows C images, Windows 10. Okay, Windows 10. So username and password. And it's a jump machine. It's my non-prod machine. So default RDP allowed. This is a license agreement. So please make a note, RDP is allowed publicly. Disk, no changes in the disk. In the networking, I selected my network. Then you see my jump and prod, two subnets, jump. Public IP is also there by default. So I'm not doing any change. RDP allowed, public IP is allowed. So logically no change as a default, whatever it is, and review and create. So it means jump will got public IP. Okay. That's called my VM1 jump. This will take 3 minutes, so I'll continue my second VM. So my second virtual machine, which is my prod. So prod VM. Again, Windows 10, no problem. And here it's my prod VM. So very important, publicly RDP not allowed. Means over internet, nobody can do RDP, none, one change. So
You have
second,
not
I'll make
selected
sure this is in
username.
the prod.
Yeah. So you have not selected the username and the password in the starting for.
Oh, sorry, I missed that. Sorry. Yeah, username and password. If anything you missed out, right? When you do review and create, they will throw error. They will tell you this parameter is missing, you know. So now username and password. So one change, public inbound none, disk no change. In the networking, make sure it's in the prod, definitely, and public IP also none. Can you see? So nobody can connect over internet, nobody can do attack, nothing. It's a prod machine, so public IP none. Done. So that will be my second VM. Done. Now, third one, I'm deploying a service called Bastion service. Bastion. Secure services, remember? Same my folder. Name, Kumar Bastion. UK South. Standard, okay. Virtual network, new, no. Why should I create a new network? My network is already there. Select your existing network. Automatically picked up the subnet because we already have a subnet deployed. Looks good. Public IP. My service name dash public IP. So Microsoft release one public IP against this service name. Integrate with the VNet. That's it. And 20 minutes, 15 minutes actually. This will take deployment time. So now you see I have my 10.0.0.4 VM with public IP. And this next VM will be my private IP. So I'm sitting anywhere in the world. I land into my jump machine. And from jump, I do the RDP to the prod. Yes, logic is clear, everyone?
Yeah.
Okay, that's the one thing. Second, I'm sitting anywhere in the world. With the help of Bastion host, I'll connect the web console or web session of my all the prod VMs with the help of HTTPS. Let's see. As I said, this will take some time. My one VM is ready. Second VM is going on. And the Bastion host is also going on. This is my second VM. Wait for 2-3 minutes here. So meanwhile, anybody have any question?
Yeah, I'm good.
Akash, Shresha, Deepak, Ayushi, Sudhanshu,
I'm good.
Sudhanshu, Suraj, Garima, Satya Prabhat, Dubey, Naveen, Abe. Anyone have any question meanwhile?
All good now.
Yeah, I have a question.
Yes.
Yeah,
Question is
Vikas.
the question is that is there multiple machine?
Hmm.
So we need to call with IP or machine name
You're talking about from access perspective, or you're talking about from like a
from
whenever we
access
deploy
perspective.
something for that perspective?
For access perspective, let's suppose we have multiple VM around 5 to 10,
Hmm.
and we call with the public IP. So how the system is designed or
Suraj, yeah. So design perspective,
which
correct. Design perspective, we will use with the name only. Because it's just a you know introduction topic. So we will use name only. So
need to
yeah,
call it.
name only. Guys, are you able to hear me?
Yeah, we can.
Okay, it's a name only. Suraj, can you unmute yourself? I see your message. You are new into this. So this is C. This is
Yes, yes, yes.
Yes.
yeah, Suraj. See, I'll tell you. This is a two topic. I am just explain you as an idea. Like fundamental of the network. VNet. VNet topic you understood or no? What is VNet? This diagram.
It's look like a virtual network, like subnetting type.
Correct. So and when we are doing the class, we are doing with the introduction to the Azure. From zero itself. So don't worry about that.
Okay,
So
okay.
and how many years of experience you have?
Sir, it's almost 8 years, but I'm not in the networking or security. I'm in the service desk.
Okay, so you are into the service, the help desk. Okay.
Yes, yes,
So
IT technician.
IT help desk. See, this is a core technical role, right? So if you want to grow yourself after service desk to some level one admin, level two, level three, or cloud little bit, definitely you have to learn. You got my point, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So you said it's difficult. Yes, because your role is service desk, and service desk role is it's just a help desk role, right? So and this is a core technical things. So but I'll give you guarantee that we will covering from zero, so you will not face anything. Okay, so now guys,
Understood. Yes.
you see now, jump VM have a public IP, you see, and my prod VM have no public IP dash empty. So logically people cannot do attack. So I go to the jump, copy the public IP, and do the RDP. I land into my network, Azure network with this jump. Any guess? What is a broad VM IP?
Starting with 1.0 something.
1.0. So,
1.4.
so what is the IP of the
Okay.
VM? 1.4.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. So first I'm land into this jump. After that, from jump, I will do the RDP of 1.4. So this is my COC, CMD, hostname. Definitely it's my jump. What is my IP config? 10.0.0.4. So I'm typing MSTSC RDP. Now I am doing RDP into RDP 10.0.1.4 because it's my private IP, secure. So you see, it's my prod. It's a RDP into RDP. Now you see, hostname, it's my prod, IP config. This is my 10.0.1.4. So I'll create a one file in the text in the desktop. Prod VM. So that's called jump concept. Now what about Bastion? My Bastion is deployed. My Bastion is not deployed yet. So it's 9 minutes already over. So as I told you, this will take little time. So let's wait here.
Hi, Vikas. There's one question.
Yes, please.
Why we did RDP into RDP? Why not directly from Jumpbox to the RDP and prod?
So we done that only, right? So
I
it's
mean
a
RDP inside RDP we did. Why not from Jumpbox and directly RDP? I mean directly prod RDP.
we so we did that only, right? We done RDP into the jump first. From jump into we did the RDP, right? No. Okay, let me show you.
Uh,
So it's RDP into RDP only, na, technically.
okay.
Okay, let me show you. Only you confused with the word. So okay. So what we did is, so I'm sitting somewhere in Gurgaon right now. First, what I did, we did RDP public IP RDP to a jump, right?
Yeah.
From jump, I done the RDP to prod. So what we called as RDP into RDP, right?
Okay. Got it.
Got it? So now you see. So you see this IP. Are you able to see 117?
Yes, sir.
117 is my jump. Let me show you. You see the host name. So it's my jump. From jump, I done the RDP to 10014, which is my prod, right? So it's RDP into
Yeah.
RDP. And directly I cannot do my prod, because we don't have a
No,
public
sir.
IP.
I
So
I think I got confused. I thought we did 3 times, like jump
no, we
and
did
then
2 times
RDP and
only.
then RDP.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, 2
Okay.
times only. So
Thanks.
now my Bastion is done. So what is the benefit of Bastion? You see, I'm admin. I log in into the portal and I have a prod VM having no public IP. So go to this prod VM and jump, and Bastion host is already deployed. So there's one beautiful option, connect with the second option via Bastion. And then type the username and password. Can you see? There's no public IP in the prod. And now as soon as admin, I put a password. It give me the web session, web console. And don't confuse, this is my prod VM. I connect with the second method. You see, the same desktop file, I'm landing to my prod VM. So the two methods we use to connect to the Azure VM securely. One is either with a jump, either with the Bastion host, and another method is either via VPN services, which we will see later on in the class. Now, last question, and this question is for you guys only, and you need to answer that. Do you find any difference between secure connectivity jump and the Bastion? Do you find any difference? Like the way you connected, do you find any difference? Or both are same?
I think Bastion
One
is
was
more
public
secure
IP.
because it remove the dependency of having a public IP and yeah. So the
Okay, so it
which
means
one?
in the jump you need to know the public IP, okay? And in the Bastion there's a no dependency, just log in with the portal and do the stuff, easy. Okay,
Yeah.
any other difference? Okay, the second difference I will tell you, which maybe you have not noticed. Okay, so this method is RDP into RDP, so it's a jump method, jump server. And the second method we did is like admin login into the portal, and portal we connect to the prod VM with the help of Bastion host. You notice that. So the dependency, if you are doing with a Bastion host, admin has to log into the portal. So the portal login is become mandatory, which is not a case in the jump. Make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the second method. So looks good. And now next 15 minutes, I'm going to ask you or take your questions. So if you have any question, when we are doing, why we are doing, and how we, or any question if you have related to course as well as about me, I'm ready to answer your all questions right now. Tell me.
Just one question from administrator perspective. For
Hmm.
example, in my environment, I'm very new to I just got access to the Azure landscape. So
Okay.
there I observed in some subscriptions, some RGs we have jump enabled, and in some RGs we are advised to use Bastion host. So
Yeah.
if someone asks me to a recommendation as an admin, that what do you
Hmm.
suggest? So what should
See,
be my
so
answer?
now you understand both the concept very clearly.
Right.
Technically, both are equally correct, right? Security is the top concern. So I think both are equally correct. So we cannot say this one is good or this one is not good. Both are equally correct, depend upon whoever deployed initially, they just choose one of the methods. So if you ask me, I will go Bastion host as a first preference in my opinion. And but logically, if somebody done in one subscription as a jump and other subscription they done as a Bastion host, still equally both are equally correct. So because see, our end goal is we are achieving, right, as a security. So it's hardly matter which method we are doing, So, but only one dependency is more important. I told you that if it is a Bastion host, user has to log into the portal.
Okay.
So if that is not a big concern, then I think Bastion OS is a good choice.
Yeah. Okay.
So don't worry, with this 1 hour, you understand all these big concepts, right? So then you can imagine, now I'll tell you in reality, my one AZ-500 batch is going on in the weekdays. Weekdays means we are doing weekdays and one is a weekend. Example. So how is the flow? You see, it's a AZ-500 batch, you see. So initially we start with the basic introduction, then RBAC rights, identity access, conditional access, MFA, Entra ID. So, so every day we are doing, and whenever you do, or these people are doing, so we have given a lab access to them, step-by-step guides, you see, day-wise. So all those things. Okay, any other question?
No, so far I'm good. Like whatever we have collected. So
See, whatever I explain, if you understand 60, even 70%, it's more than enough because, I've taken 3 random good topics. So
yeah, I'm good.
any other question, guys?
So every weekend, this is going to be a 1 hour class or 2 hour?
No, it will be a 2 hours.
2 hour class. Okay.
2 hours. 1 hour is not enough, to,
Yeah.
and this is not a class, right? It is just an information class, I told you. So, so, and I think this 31st, I think they will start the actual first one. So if it is actual first one, what we will do, I'll give you a very fair idea. I go to the NW folder, course schedule. I will launch one more AZ-104 weekend like this. I rename this weekend, and I'll open this document. I'm just talking about what I'm going to do it. I'll take your attendance day 1 only first, and now you see your introduction, my introduction, 104 basic information, certification something, then cloud benefits. Like you see what type of subscriptions we have. Nothing. It's just a very basic fundamental day 1. And then we'll go to the Entra ID. Slowly we'll moving further. So that's the way we will do.
Okay.
So we'll be starting from the 31st, right? Not from the tomorrow.
No, not from tomorrow.
Okay, got it.
Not from tomorrow. And I am in Delhi right now. And means right now my base location is Bangalore. So I'm traveling back. My mother is not well, so I came here for some 15-20 days here. So, and 31st, I think 99% we will start. 1 week here and there, but 99% 31st.
Got it.
And typically, if we go with the pace, how much time it will take to complete the course?
No idea, because I'll tell you, Vika, that's a typical question when we are going to finish. See, I'm not worried about number of days. It can be 3